Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you feel so inclined. The hook is a Mustad 37160 grub hook in a size 8. Wrap most of the shank with 020 lead-free wire, leaving the front third of the hook open. Create an underbody using uni underbody thread, making sure to cover the lead-free wire. Whip finish and remove the first bobbin. Incorporate a second and a third bobbin, ending up with both at the rear of the hook. Cut an angle point in a section of 3mm folding mill nymph wrap, translucent natural. Secure it in place, stretching it as you move rearward. Now advance the bobbin to the third way point behind the eye. To prepare the rear set of legs, I take a broom bristle, which are otherwise known as Japanese nymph legs. Create a V or a U using fine point needle nose pliers, bending the bristle into the shape around the point of the plier. Using crisscross wraps, secure the first set of legs in place. Prepare the middle set of legs using the same technique you use for the rear legs. Secure in place using crisscross wraps. Waxworms, the larvae of wax moths, belong to the Pyralidae family, which is commonly known as pyralid moths, snout moths, or grass moths. The term bee moth is sometimes used to refer to the adult moths. In fishing, anglers and bait shops often refer to waxworms as waxies. The larvae are commonly used as bait to catch a multitude of species, which is especially popular in shallow water fishing. Prepare the forelegs in the same way as the other two sets of legs. Secure in place using crisscross wraps. Use a bead of superglue to lock the legs in place. This step helps the legs not slip. Trim the legs to length, being sure they are not overly long. Mark the butt end and head with a brown marker. Then mark the legs and the back with a tan marker. This helps to give a little color and texture once the fly is coated with UV resin. Coat the tips of each leg with ultra-thin UV resin. This step rounds out the tips of the legs, so there aren't any sharp points, which may poke through the nymph wrap once it's wrapped over the legs. Using open wraps, spiral the nymph wrap forward. Each wrap should be placed at the halfway point of the previous wrap. Once the legs are reached, bisect each set of legs with the center of the nymph wrap. Secure in place. Stretch and cut the excess. Clean the head with numerous thread wraps. Whip finish and remove the bobbin. Mark the head with a brown marker. Using a color blend marker, touch the brown head and run it back along the body. This adds texture and color to the body of the fly. Next, I'll spiral wrap the last bobbin to accentuate the segmentation, using the rear edge of each wrap of the nymph wrap. Whip finish and cut away the last bobbin. Finish out the head with a little more color. Coat the head with Solaris UV Flex Resin. Cure. Then coat the entire fly with Solaris Ultra Thin UV Flex Resin. This adds durability and a beautiful sheen to the fly. The micro brushes can be purchased at castersonlineflyshop.com.